East meets West. Initial response. Strategically, China is not ready to take on the US, and they know it. It takes more than men and machines to win a war. It takes a long-term logistical effort, and China is entirely vulnerable. In 10 or more years, the situation for China may be more favourable. Today, it's not. My response. The West has few logistical capabilities. We could not maintain a war between two near-peer competitors, with both larger industrial bases and an abundance of domestic natural resources at the same time. See this Royal United Service Institute article. Quote, US annual artillery production would at best only last for 10 days to 2 weeks of combat in Ukraine. If the estimate of Russian artillery shells fired in Ukraine is over by 50%, then it would only extend the artillery supplied for 3 weeks. UK forces exhausted stockpiles of ammunition after 8 days, unquote. The effects of our mad deindustrialisation and outsourcing to China. In short, we have no logistical capabilities for a prolonged war with another superpower. Unimaginably, our significantly smaller military forces would thus run out of ammunition and would be forced to surrender or engage the enemy with sticks and stones. This has all been by design, of course. In short, your initial remark regarding the vulnerability of the Chinese logistical capabilities only possesses validity if the economic and financial sector issues within China escalate in severity. Russia is largely self-sufficient in terms of natural resources, whereas China has the flexibility within their industrial base to cover the Russians for any production losses due to Western sanctions. We are seeing this at the moment. Likewise, the Chinese will be covered for the loss of any natural resources by Russia. The West, on the other hand, is on the brink of certain economic and monetary disintegration, social balkanization, demographic decline, and is embroiled in quixotic policies regarding radical energy, social and military reform, quote-quote reform, self-sabotage in essence. I say this as a staunch patriot, but the writing is truly on the wall. The corruption and incompetence merely mask the corporate hand directing these political prostitutes. All policy is conducted by and for the corporate special interests, like all empires and civilizations that rise to their zenith, only to descend spectacularly. We are witnessing the slow death of the traditional Western hegemony. Of course, it is being quickened by the seeming incompetency of senile political puppets, but nonetheless, this is the decade it will begin its collapse. I know we may disagree on fundamental points, my friend, but we must both conclude, in all good conscience, that the prevailing Western trajectory is certainly not an upward one. Quote, those who the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad, unquote. You, like all peoples ensnared by the air of delusionality and a decline in civilization, suffer from hubris and a lack of ability to critically reflect upon the reality facing one's own civilization. This type of jingoistic reverie, as uttered by yourself, serves only the cause of increased global instability. Now is a time for rationalism and calm.